Hello, what's going on, everyone? Let me just get my mic sorted out. Welcome to the Johnny and KP show, but it's just KP tonight. What is going on? First thing on the agenda, obviously, is the Manchester Derby. Didn't want to be here to even talk about it, but we are going to talk about it. One moment, be with you in 1 second. All right, all right. So first things first. All right, the Manchester Derby. What a game. What a game. It's not even, I don't even know where to begin. It was one of the worst performances I think I've seen from a Man United team in my whole life. It's a shame I don't have Johnny here to hit that off him with, but yeah, it was one of the I understand Man City are just a better team than us at the moment, which they are, but I don't know how there's a new manager, interim manager, and the players have down tools already is it's absolutely beyond me. Like they've down tools. They had there was no effort, there was no desire. It was shambolic. Like it was really bad. The only word for it, yeah, is probably shambolic. It was really bad effort on their behalf, and they should all be ashamed of themselves. Really, like they should all be ashamed of themselves that they put in that effort for the fact they're playing for a club like Manchester United. They're getting paid to play for one, and they're putting in efforts like that is just. I mean, I'm laughing. I shouldn't be laughing. It's ridiculous, ridiculous efforts. I just. We went there. I think it was the fourth minute. Kevin De Bruyne scores, and they were like it was pedestrian. They were just passing it around like it was nothing, just here, there, passing it around. And then, like, Grealish gives the ball to Bernardo Silva, who goes past three players there, Wan-Bissaka, Elanga, and I'm gonna say Lindelof. I'm not 100% sure. Goes around them, just puts in this cross like it's nothing. KDB just scores the easiest goal. Maguire doesn't cover his positions well at all. Alex Tellers too late to get to the ball. Absolutely ridiculous. Hey, big man, how you doing? Are you at work tonight? Or are you at home? Yeah. So then that happens, and then we get back into it. Nice little passenger play on the right. Pogba gets the ball, puts this beautiful cross in across to Sancho, who still has a lot to do. Takes on two players, let's say. Takes on two players, scores a nice curler, back in it, and still no desire from the players. Just let them like De Gea made, I reckon, four real top notch. Not going to say world class. Probably one of two of them were, but real top notch saves. Like he did at Old Trafford, kept the score down to 4-1 when it probably should have been 7. Like he made one cracker save from the second goal, like, and then De Bruyne scored the follow up. It went through Maguire's legs on the follow up. Didn't even bother to try hit it. Like was ridiculous. And then he made another cracker save from Mahrez. What was the other one? He made another one. I'm trying to think from who. But yeah, he made at least 3, 4 real top-notch saves. Yeah, he's not here, man. He said he couldn't make it, and then George couldn't make it either. So it's me. Yeah. So yeah, it's he is home. He is home. What you? Oh, home. You're saying you're home. You're not at work. Are you morning shift tomorrow? And yeah, then from there they score that second goal. Hey Rob, how are you? Yeah, so the first goal, well, Rob's here now. We talk about it to Rob. Obviously, Rob's Man City fan, but yeah, it was they were just passing the ball around. It was so pedestrian. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying, Rob. Some of those saves, that one he made to the bottom right when Mahrez cut in and curled it. He saw it so late and got it out for a throw in. I think it was a great save. Real good save from Foden's, which ultimately led to the goal. But how much can the guy do? How much can the guy do? I just don't like it's. And then there's people in our fan base saying he's the problem because his distribution's not good. Like I don't know where do we go from that? Like his his kept us from getting done by more than 5 goals again. I think and it was 4-1 was embarrassing anyway. And then we go to the third goal. Mahrez is just standing at the top of the box. Rob, you're a defender and a coach. Like he's standing at the top of the box. No one went near him. De Bruyne just chips it to him. Wasn't even a hard ball. De Bruyne just chips it. Still, no one gets to him. It's in the air from a corner, and they still can't get to Mahrez to cover him. Yeah, that's right. Cancelo, that was a good save too. That's true. Yeah, they still can't get to him, and he hits a half volley, which takes a deflection off Maguire, and De Gea's done. And then the fourth goal, Gundogan dances around 3 players, I'm going to say. Yeah, the midfield was woeful. That's what I'm saying. He danced around probably at least 2 players at least. Feeds it to Mahrez, which I actually thought it looked offside, but, with VAR now, it obviously wasn't. And he just smacked it, hit De Gea in the face. Like, there's nothing he could do about it. And, talking about that, if it was me and I was going to take the job now, whether it be Ten Hag, Pochettino, Zidane, Conte, anyone, I would say to them, listen, I'm not taking that job unless when I get there on Monday morning, Harry Maguire's not there, Scott McTominay's not there, Fred's not there, Wan-Bissaka, like, you know, Matic, none of them are there, and I'm going to buy the players that I want to buy, and you have no say in what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm not taking the job. Rob says Mahrez had 2 previous attempts in about the same area, yet the United captain or defense. Yeah, exactly. So he's the captain, Rob, and he's a centre back. And Mahrez had that first one that De Bruyne hit over, and he had all the time in the world, and he skied it. And then, like you're saying, like unbelievable. Stu MC says Sevilla fan here. United needed to realise this isn't the kick and chase 90s when Fergie won titles with those obese defenders. To persist with Shaw and Maguire in modern game moronic, shapeless and brainless. I do agree they need to change Maguire and that, but I think you got to give Sir Alex a bit more credit than that. But people say that about Gary Pallister, but he was actually lightning. Gary Pallister was playing at the back and he was so quick. People don't actually realise that. But yeah, I do agree with a lot of what you're saying there, Stu. City could have scored 3 more. Yeah, easy. If it wasn't for De Gea, and that's why I can't get these people in our fan base saying De Gea is the problem. It's unbelievable. Like, same old, same old. United in midfield's demanding the ball, confident, and yeah. And what is a real indictment on them, Rob, is Roy Keane come out, I think, after the game, and so Roy Keane is arguably top 3, let's say, at least top 5 for sure. Great, best Man United captains ever. So he's got to be in the top 3, I think. And he goes, the fact that they're showing that commitment and desire while playing for Man United, he goes, is a disgrace. So when the ex legends are saying that, like, and Roy Keane doesn't hold punches. Like he doesn't, he doesn't hold any punches. Like for him to say that, it hurts us fans. Imagine what it's doing to people like that are, like I said, legends of the club. Like it was most successful captain ever, probably. Like it's crazy. And what I don't get is Bresciano in his heyday could. Oh, 100% he could, Rob. Definitely. When he was at Palermo, ah, eat this midfield for breakfast. He was way better than these blokes. And what I don't get is, to me, it's pretty obvious. I think Ranić is being told who to play, which to me makes no sense. He's an interim manager. He was never going to get the job. What's he got to lose? They're not going to sack him. He's not going to have the job anyway, and they're not going to sack him when he's only there for 6 months because they'll look like idiots. Pick who you want to pick. Play who you want to play. Make whoever you want to be captain. Who cares? Who? They can't do anything. You're still getting paid probably a lot of money to do this 6 month job. He's picking the same midfield that Ole picked, making the same tactical decisions that Ole did. Like, I thought he was meant to be a lot better than this, and I'm going to admit I didn't know much about Ranić, but I was actually happy he got the job because of what I heard about him. But he's showing nothing. So it's crazy. United formation is all cocked up too. Yeah, definitely. Like, I just, I don't know. Like, it's so funny. People have been saying that Ronaldo's been the problem, and the stat came out today that actually haven't won a game this year without him starting. So there you go. Like, how is he the problem? He's scored 15 goals, I think, in 30 appearances, which is a goal every other game. For a team that doesn't create any chances, I don't get our fan base. Our fan base is so petulant that they want to blame him, you know, blame, blame De Gea because they're saying his distribution's not good enough. If his distribution was better, would we have still conceded 4 goals? We still would have conceded 4 goals. If he had better distribution but didn't make as good saves, we would have lost 7-1. I don't. Hi KP, how are you? And don't be upset about Manchester United will win the other games coming up. I always get upset about Zakao. I can't help it. But how are you? It's you know, out of the box suggestion, Luke Shaw. A lot of people have been saying Lindelof there, Rob. But I just Luke Shaw. You know what it is? Last year he had such a good year. He had a real good Euro as well. He scored in the Euro final for England. And he played so well defensively. It's like he's lost his head at the moment. Like, he never gets back enough. Like, it's always a man on the back post gets in behind him. Like, he should be aware of it. I don't know what's happened to him. It can't be a Euro hangover. How long ago was the Euro now? It's almost a year. It can't be a Euro hangover. De Gea and CR7FC, yeah, way too often. I don't think Varane and Cristiano knew what they were getting themselves into with this team. That obviously Cristiano Ronaldo is a romantic story. He's a United legend. Won a Ballon d'Or with us, but I don't think he knew what he was getting into. Neither did Varane. These guys got 9 Champions Leagues between them. I'm gonna say Ronaldo's got 5, doesn't he? Varane's got 4, I think. Yeah. So it's not, and they must be scratching their heads like. It pains me to say, but I'm sure Ronaldo sits there and thinks how different it would have been if I went to City. If he went to City, I'll put that question to you, Rob. You're a City fan. How many goals do you think Ronaldo would have now if he went to City? He'd have more than 15. That's all I know. And he probably wouldn't have to work for all of them. Just be in the right place like a striker should be, and he would get goals. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. It was really one of the worst performances I think I've seen. I'd get inside Shaw's head to point him part of the leadership team. Yeah, and you know what? Then if that doesn't work, see you later. Like, that's the way I see it. Is these guys? I think a lot of them, Maguire, they think they're a lot better than they actually are, and I'm sure they're being told. Oh, listen, Maguire got dropped against Watford. He only got back in because um, Varane was sick, I think. So, he wasn't meant to play because he's just not good enough. Like, he should never play again. Oh, definitely, Rob. He'd be 25. I reckon I agree. He'd be in between, yeah, 25 plus already. Seasons end, he'd definitely have over 30. for them. Like he has to work so hard for everything in our team. And I mean, he's 37. Like been such a good goal scorer for so many years. Get the ball in the box. He's gonna score. That's all there is to it. It's yeah, I don't know. It's so crazy. They don't get it. It's beyond me really. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think he should have a free roll, whether it be, you know, a little bit off the left like he does, whatever, wherever, a little bit off, but a free roll behind the striker. I think he should, just swaying around underneath the striker there, free roll. I mean, you could tell in glimpses with him last night, he's a very smart player and he's a very good player. For someone is he even 21? I'm not 100% sure. I think he's 21 tops. Like, he's got the world at his feet in football terms, like he's very talented. Like, you can just see it. You can just see it in him. It's yeah, like I mean, and then Radnick last night takes Pogba off in the 60th minute, who I mean, he created a goal. We didn't play for 6 days, and we don't have another game for 6 days, so he can't be tired, and he can't be saving him for something because we don't have a game for 6 days. He's going to have a time to rest, and he subs him in the 60th minute. It's I just honestly I don't think Rangnick is cut out for the manager's job, or he's being told what to do. It's crazy. Matic and yeah, mate. I would put Matic there definitely as the two with. I mean, even if you put Fred with him, I think because Matic is an experienced player, he'll be telling him where to go. The problem is you've got McTominay and Fred together, who are both, excuse me, both inexperienced to the role. No one's telling it. No one's talking to anyone where it just doesn't work. You know. Yeah, I would play that three at the moment. Pogba, Sancho, Bruno with CR7 up front. I mean, then Rashford is having a horrid season, so you can't make a case for him. Elanga's he's young. He's done well when he's played. He's very young, but I would play that three. The But even Bruno at the moment is being terrible. But then again, is it the team? Like, is it the coaching? Is it instructions? Like, people saying last night, oh, Sancho wasn't tracking. They've been saying it about Rashford. He doesn't track. For them to keep doing it and keep getting picked, obviously it's an instruction, I think. Their manager is telling them stay up and stay wide. You don't have to track as much. That's what I think. Otherwise, why would they keep doing it and be getting selected from a club like Man United? It doesn't really make sense, but I don't know. I don't know. Ranić maybe, like I said, is being told who to pick, and it just, I don't know. Yeah, I totally agree, Rob. Like, it's last night, I don't rate him anyway. I agree. I think he's McTominay crap. But I think last night was the worst game I've seen him play. He was terrible. Like, how can you put in a game like that? He's a Manchester lad, apparently. He should know what the Manchester Derby's about and at least try harder. Like, it was pathetic, really. Like, it's just, you know, obviously you can see I'm not happy about the game. It was just pathetic effort, like on their behalf. Like, I just can't. It just doesn't sit in my head that what I don't get is like Burnley can go to the Etihad and at least try. They know the team's not as good as Man City, as Liverpool, whatever, but they give way more effort than our guys do. They're getting paid so much and can't put in. Like, it's ridiculous, really. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's There's a few of them there, like I said, that should never play for the club again. United can't have had all those decent slash good coaches and not get results. Yeah, exactly. The players aren't working as a team. 100%. Like, how can you go? Let's go through them. Okay, David Moyes, he hadn't won anything, but he'd qualified for the Champions League with Everton. You know what I mean? He couldn't get a tune out of them. He was a good coach. Look at him with West Ham, doing really well. After that, Van Gaal, Champions League winner, you know, La Liga winner, Eredivisie winner. I think he won the league with Bayern Munich as well. So, um, Bundesliga winner as well. Youngest ever Champions League winning team when he won it with Ajax. Can't get a tune out of him. Gets him fifth in an FA Cup. Like, cannot get a tune out of him. Gets the sack. Mourinho, serial winner. Serial winner. We all know that. Whether you agree with his tactics, not, whatever. Won the Champions League with Porto and Inter. Like, that stuff's not getting done again, like the Porto story. You know, back-to-back titles with Chelsea, comes back again, wins the title with Chelsea, won titles with Madrid, won titles in Italy. Like, he can't get a tune out of him. He wanted Martial gone then, 4 years ago. They said no way, and now look where's Martial gone. So yeah, World Cup semi-final as well, Van Gaal. Yeah, he can't get a tune out of him. It's unbelievable. How does three Man City attackers got space inside area? Yeah, I know it was crazy, Rob. Like it was. I mean, it would have been a good game for you to watch because you're a Man City fan, but it was hard to watch for me. It was bad. I did Zakor. I mean, yeah. So that was huge news actually. Yeah, Shane Warne passing. My condolences to his family and everything. He was a Australian icon. I mean, I grew up watching him. I loved cricket. Grew up watching him, and he gave me some real good moments of my life growing up watching him. Just he was not. I'm not going to say probably he was the best bowler I've ever seen. So he's up there with the best one of the best cricketers. Like him and Ricky Ponting, two best cricketers I think I've ever seen. For me personally, like there's others like Viv Richards and that, and but yeah, he was amazing. Like it's real was a real big thing for Australia. Yeah, so condolences to him and his family, I should say. And Rod Marsh, yeah, about a couple hours before, wasn't it, Rob? Like it was, he was a bit before my time, but obviously know who he is and that. But it was crazy, crazy day for the world of cricket and Australia that they both passed away within a couple hours of each other. But the Shane Warne one blew me. 52 years old, like man, that was, what was Rod Marsh was he in his 70s, Rob? I'm not 100% sure, but I know he was a bit older. But yeah, that was absolutely crazy. Yes, Mourinho beat the much fancied star-studded Barcelona. Yeah, best team of all time, weren't they? Apparently, that's what people like to say. Best club team, and he did beat them. So, and he couldn't get a tune out of United. So, so then they go down the other route. They get Ole, club legend, can't get a tune out of him. Gets sacked. Gets done 5-0 by Liverpool at home, and then we played Man City. He got thumped by City at Old Trafford. It was like a training game. So now we've played them now, how many months later, and it's exactly the same. Different coach. They are not giving. It's like they think, oh, he's interim. We're not 74. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was in his 70s. Yeah, so they're just not giving for um Ranić at all. Like you expect to get a manager bounce, new manager bounce. We didn't get it. We got it for like 25 minutes. It's like ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then the backlash of this game, where does it leave them? I'm going to say us because not everyone here is United fans, so I'm not going to say us. Where does it leave United? We're not going to make top four. That's one. We're not going to make top four. Okay, here, away from the camera. Two, I think not making top four, Ronaldo probably leaves because why should he stay? You wouldn't want to stay. If I was in his boots, someone that's, you know, like, why would you stay? You want to play Champions League. He's still capable and he's, missed the Champions League. Pogba's definitely leaving anyway. And then you look at it as a whole picture. Newcastle are going to spend massively this year. So Newcastle. Aston Villa looking at players like Frank Kessie from Milan that we should be looking at. If Arsenal make the top four, which they should, if they don't make the top four now, it's the biggest bottle job in history. Probably bigger than Newcastle giving us a title. Like they have to make top four. If Conte stays at Spurs, they're going to be better next year. So where does that leave us? We could be struggling to make top seven when you actually look at it. Like Newcastle are going to spend ridiculous money next year, next season. Villa are looking to spend ridiculous money. They're talking about it. If Arsenal get into the top four, they're going to spend money and want to stay there. Like I said, Conte is not going to stick around for Tottenham to be a sixth place team. Like where but and then yeah, it's definite rebuild, Rob. And it's the thing is, will these owners let there be a rebuild because they don't care. They will spend money next year because we won't make the top four just so United can get back in the top four. They don't care about winning trophies. They just want us to get back in the top four so they can get money in their pockets. It's all the Glazers care about. They don't care about anything like the fans care about. Giggs did okay. I think he wasn't ready. I agree. I don't think he was ready at the time, but I think he had that thing for him, sort of like Gerrard at the moment, that he was. People will listen to him because you respect him. I remember saying that I had that when Chris Trajanowski was my coach. He played for Australia, so I'd listen to him. It was, and that's what, I think you get that with Giggs. Rumor is Ten Hag is having English language lessons, both Manchester club. Yeah, I've heard that. And you know what I heard? The counter argument to that was I think he already knows English. But they're saying he's trying to perfect it because if he doesn't get the United job, they're saying the year after, if Guardiola doesn't stay in at City, that's who they want. So, will United miss the boat with Ten Hag? Like, yeah, and I've said it. Listen, he's obviously doing really well in the Eredivisie. Does that mean he's going to do well for United? No. I actually don't think there's much between him and Pochettino, the two favourites. That's just me. I don't know what everyone else thinks, what you guys think. I mean, like I don't think there's much between them, but then it's I don't know. I agree. Owners are like juvenile leaders, easy to manipulate to buy. Yeah, they are, Rob. They're just for them. It's yes, that's what I was told, Rob. That exact comment. Most Dutch people. That's what when I heard it, the guy that was reading it said. He goes, "Yeah, but he's Dutch." He goes, "He probably speaks English anyway." So I don't know. It's what the English media is like. There's so many things they come up with, and but then again, the big top um, reporters have said it. Like Romano has said they're definitely looking at him and Pochettino. They're the two main targets, and yeah, Ajax pushing for a treble. Yeah, UCL Premiership and Cup. Yeah, they are definitely. So they're in for a treble. Is that right? Liverpool are in for a quadruple. City can win. What can City win? A City in the FA Cup still? City can win the treble still, can't they? I think they're still in the FA Cup. So City can win a treble. Liverpool can win a quadruple because they've won the League Cup. And Ajax can win a treble. So I'm going to say Bayern Munich can probably win a treble still. I'm going to say that. Not 100% sure. Real Madrid, don't know about them if they're still, but PSG could probably maybe still be in for a treble. I don't know. But yeah, definitely Liverpool, City, and Ajax, 100%. I mean, yeah, like I said, so going back to it, I don't know where it leaves United because if they made top four now, I think they're gonna have to win every game. They still got to go to the Emirates. Arsenal are a point above us, I think, or 2 points. Let me check it. And they've got two games in hand still. Let's have a look. So Arsenal have got 3 games in hand, and they're a point above us. How they don't make top four? They could go 10 points clear if they win them. City in for a treble plus Women's League Cup. There you go. Yeah, so they're yeah. So let's have a look at it. And Tottenham have got 3 games in hand on United and are 5 points behind. So I mean they can go above them too. Like it's crazy. I know one of the games in hand is the North London derby, Arsenal Tottenham. So you don't know what happens there. That's something like that's. But we've still got to go to the Emirates, and I think we still have to play Tottenham again. I think. But that's what I was saying, Rob. Like you're saying that he rest players for the UCL, but we're not playing for 6 days. 6 days. That's when's the next? Let me find the fixtures. So today, let's have a look. United, Man United matches. So our next game is Tottenham on the 13th, from Monday to Sunday. So almost a week's break, and then Atletico Madrid on the 16th. So we didn't play for 10 days, and then he takes Pogba off on the 60th minute when he's had a 10-day break, and he's not playing for 6 days. So he can't be tired. He can't be resting him, which that's why I said it was just bad coaching, bad management. So yeah, we've got Tottenham on the 13th. That's just it makes no sense. Like I don't get it. Like I said, I didn't know much about him, but I definitely don't think he's a manager. He may be a great director of football. He may be, and he might really have good football philosophies, good tactics, things like that. But I just don't think he's cut out for the manager game. It's no name. Arsenal may even finish third. Players, yes, exactly, Rob. They may. One second. Hey, Johnny, that's all cool, man. Don't worry about it. Um, yeah, it's all right, man. No, it's all good. Yeah, they might, Rob. All this stuff going on with Chelsea at the moment. All this Abramovich stuff and all that. They may finish third because United. Me and John have spoke about it. Is in the chat now. They're not finishing top four, and like, really, should they finish top four? They don't deserve to finish top four in any way. It wasn't a transfer request, was it, John? It was. I read it. It was. Here, I'll read the article for you. Marcus Rashford asked for clarity about his Man United future. It says he's unhappy at United and considering leaving, according to report. So, who knows what that means? Let's have a look. Ranić has afforded more starts to Anthony Elanga than Rashford in this period. He's left the England man considering his future after growing unhappy with his game time after Ralph Ranić. But to me, this all just means it can't mean anything because Ranić's not going to be the manager. So, like, it sort of makes no sense. Like, it just seems like the English media, as they do, making things up because, yeah, he might be unhappy with his time under Ranić, but Ranić's not going to be there. He's not going to be the manager soon. So, I don't know. I don't know where to go with United at the moment. I touched on it. I don't know where this leaves us. Lingard, remind me again. I don't even know why he's picking him, Rob. He wanted to leave the club. Ranić wanted him to leave. They overruled him and kept him because of this stuff with Mason Greenwood and all that. And then Ranić starts picking him. Why is he picking him? United equals shambles. They're more than a shambles. Like, they're rotten from the top down. Like I said earlier, if I was Ten Hag, Pochettino, whoever, Zidane, Conte, Enrique, I'll say, listen, I'll take the job, but I'm only taking it if I can buy who I want, sell who I want, And when I get there on Monday morning, Harry Maguire's not there, Matic is not there, Juan Mata's not there. You know, I don't know. McTominay's not there. Fred's not there. These guys should all not be. They should never play for the game ever again. Yeah, Chris said he supports the Rabbitohs, doesn't he, Zakal? I don't really follow it as much, man. I used to like Brisbane, but I'm not as much into it anymore. I'm not as much into it anymore. But yeah, I did like them back in the day. Maybe Radnick gives each player too many instructions. You need to give them maximum of 3 instructions, except for Sterling, one task a month. Tell you what, I'd take Sterling at the moment over any of our players. You know, like, oh, they're just, I don't know, like, you look at them, Rob, look at Man City. I just think whoever, even Klopp, whatever, they get players and they improve. No players improve with us. We're career enders. Man United, a career ending club. Like, no one gets better. You know, this was the funniest thing. I was saying it to John the other day. We're crying out for a defensive midfielder. Crying out for a defensive midfielder. Everton play against Man City the other day and win 1-0. Luckily, mind you, should have been a penalty, should have been 1-1. Donny van der Beek plays defensive midfield for Everton, who's on loan from us, could not get a game for us. Gets best on ground for Everton. Defensive midfield. I hold my hands up. What's our problem? Why didn't we see? He played week in, week out for Ajax, was playing in Champions League semi-finals, Dutch international, comes to us, cannot get a game, then goes to Everton on loan against the best team, the top of the table against Man City, gets best on ground for his team at defensive mid when we need a defensive midfielder. Even Southampton have impressed lately, Rob says. Yeah, I said that to you last week. I would actually take that Ralph over our Ralph. I actually like Hasenhüttl. I think he at a big club will be amazing because he pretty much started the Leipzig revolution. I think when Ralph Rangnick was correct me if I'm wrong, I think Ralph Rangnick was the director of football. Hasenhüttl was the first manager that got them into the Champions League, I think. So he'd started it all before Nagelsmann and all that. And I'm not sure why he left, but yeah, he definitely did better than this new guy that's at Leeds, like Jesse March and that. Like I'd definitely take Hasenhüttl. He's definitely, the players play for him. You can see it. He plays that formation they're all talking about, 4-2-2-2 or 4-2-4, however you want to call it, and it works for him. I mean, they got done the other night by Villa, but it sometimes comes down to he doesn't have the cattle. Like he works with what he's got. So I think he's a really good coach. Donny van der Beek looks calm and confident, plays simple but can dribble and play exactly. So tell me this then, Rob. What does that point to? Why was he not getting a game for United under Ole and then under Rangnick? Two managers not picking him. Does that mean someone else is picking the team? Because it makes absolutely no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Like I said, he's a starting midfielder for Holland, who have, Wijnaldum, Frankie de Jong. They've got good midfielders, and he's starting and can tackle, defend. Yeah, exactly. Clever. Yeah, exactly. So what's the reason he's not getting picked for United? What's going on? And then goes away straight away and gets picked. You know what I mean? Real Madrid wanted him, and he came to us. He'd be, he'd be cursing that decision now. Like, why didn't he just go to Madrid? He would have won a La Liga probably, if they'd go on to win it. Like, I feel sorry for him. I wanted him to leave anyway because I know it's my club, but I wanted him to leave. I They love McKess. Yeah, they do love McKess, John. Like, but why? This is the question I'm saying. Why was Ole continually picking them, and now a new manager is continually picking them when every time Matic has played, he's better. Even when he played Matic, Pogba, and Bruno, it was better with one sitter. I don't. Sometimes jealous players make a new teammate look crap at training. It wouldn't surprise me in England. I've heard that they do that over there. So a coach needs to nip that bullshit in the bud. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. I know what players are like. Players never like a fresh new toy come in that looks better than them. Does not surprise me. I honestly think it points to they're saying you have to pick Maguire. That's the first example. Why else would anyone pick him? The whole world, just football fans everywhere. Just there's a lot of these players like they talk about the ex greats and that doesn't mean they know more than the fan. Like every fan can see he shouldn't be playing. Every fan can see McTominay is not good enough, but he keeps getting picked. Fred not up to it, keeps getting picked. When you got Matic has won titles, and they're like, oh, his legs maybe not up to it. He's 32. I mean, he's not a dinosaur. 32 is still your prime. It doesn't makes no sense to me. Like, oh, I can't play more than one game. They're saying can't play more than one game a week. Like I said, we had 10 days off. Could have played him today, and we got 6 days off till Tottenham. And he could play all 3 games because he's got a break. It makes no sense to me. I reckon Zakal, he'd still be better than what we got. Even at, how old is he, Rob? 46? He'd still be better. Still be better because you know why? He spoke about it recently. He goes, the desire these Man United players are showing goes a disgrace. He said what Roy Keane said. Because for whatever people thought about Beckham, he tried. He still gave 100% effort. I've heard Ferguson talk about him and he goes, I picked David Beckham, he goes, because he was the worst loser in the world. He goes, if we lost, it was livid. He goes, and we needed that. We want that in the team. We don't have that anymore. We don't have any of that anymore. Johnny says, it will be disappointing if we lose Rashford. And yes, Maguire's of the absolute garbage. He is. He is. And remember when they played that, Rob? Rob says Maldini played central defence at 40 and Costa Curta at 38. They're one of the best defences going around at the time still. Look at what's his name at Chelsea, Silva. He's 37. He's ripping it. Ripping it. Playing centre back. I mean, Ryan Giggs was still playing central midfield at 40. For, at the time, still the biggest club in the world. That he was still playing. And playing in Champions League finals at that age. So, at this level, it is about winning. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why, when I've watched these things with Ferguson, he talks about whoever, Beckham, Giggs, Scholes, Cantona. He goes, it's just, they had mentality that they wanted to win. It was just, they wanted to win no matter what. That's it. They, they just wanted to win. Even he said, I saw Ryan Giggs, he goes, we won the Premier League. He goes, the next day, we were thinking about how to retain it. We're not celebrating and worrying about that we won it. We're just thinking about how to retain that title. And we have nothing like that anymore. Nothing like that anymore. It's just, it's a real shame. Like Ronaldo, you're saying, John, I don't know this calendar year, but he scored 15 for United. But I mean, for Portugal, he would have heaps because he broke the all-time international goals record this year. I'll have a look. 2000 and Cristiano Ronaldo goals 2020. Not sure, man, if I can find it, but he would have scored heaps this calendar year. Just this season, he scored 15 and 3 assists. So, you know, for club and country this season, he scored 21 goals and 3 assists. So, I mean, like, Rob was saying it before. If he played for Man City, he'd be on 25 plus goals. Love him, hate him, whatever you want to say about Ronaldo, he'd be close to 30 goals if he went to Man City. Yeah, that's the best comment ever, Rob. And we were talking about that once before. I mean, I was saying that to you about Rio Ferdinand. Rio Ferdinand was saying that he goes the best thing he ever heard from any defender. And Rio Ferdinand went on I think it was a streak of 2.5 years where he didn't make a slide tackle. And we won back-to-back titles that year. I think we won the Champions League that year. So what does that say? It means he's in position, he's defending properly. Like I said again for Ferdinand, love him or hate him, dislike him, like him, whatever. He obviously was defending correctly for those stats. I think it was 2.5 years he didn't make a slide tackle, and that's when we won the Champions League. Oh wait, so what is that telling you? It's showing you they've got a brain to the game, and Ferguson is not going to keep picking you if you're crap, let's say. Yes, Rio was similar. Yeah, exactly. And he says it all the time. I listen to he's got a channel on YouTube and he talks about he loves Maldini. Talks about, you know, sometimes you get to hear him talk about defending and it's really good. It's funny. I was watching him the other day and he was saying, because I heard Jolyon Lescott say this as well. He was actually saying one of the hardest players he ever had to defend against. He goes, people wouldn't think this was Louis Saha. He goes, because he was lightning. He goes, he was so strong. He goes, if injuries didn't get him, he goes, he would have been immense. He goes, injuries just ruined him. And then I was hearing Jolyon Lescott was talking about it, and he goes, I thought I was good. He goes, until I played against Fulham. He goes, and Saha just ripped me. He goes, tore me to shreds. He goes, I knew I had to go work out, get smarter, get better. He goes, it's funny hearing it, for a guy, it's obviously not one of the greats ever, but just hearing players talk about him like that just gives you an insight. A great defense prevents attacks. They don't let it become reaction to mistakes. Very true. Very true. Hey, you can't, no matter how many goals you score, if you're conceding more goals, you ain't winning nothing, are you? So that's that's just a fact. It's yeah, there's no other way of putting it really. Us goal scorers, we get the credit. We get all the credit. It's funny. I still rate Wilfred Zaha. Yeah, he's playing well. Vieira's got him playing well. Saw him the other day, scored a nice goal, set up a nice goal. I think when they beat who did they beat? They beat they beat it was a hard game. I wasn't expecting it. Oh, Wolves. They beat Wolves. And he played an integral part in it. Where's John? He's at home, man. But he's here. He's in the chat. He's talking. He's talking. He's talking. Yeah. So I mean, this whole show has just been like a venting session, really. That's what the whole the whole show has been about, just venting about where this once great club has gone, just gone to nothing. So I think I've touched on everything. I mean, we definitely touched on the Manchester derby. We definitely touched on that United are not going to make top four. Touched on that I don't think even next year top top seven's going to be tough next year, I think. And that's just being honest. I honestly think top seven is going to be real tough next year. I mean, let's say like Rob said, you lose Pogba. Definitely going to lose Pogba. Cavani, yeah, he hasn't really played, but you're losing him. Lingard's going. We won't make top four. Ronaldo's going to go. It's just, so where to from here? Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm saying, right? We're not going to make top four. So then the bigger picture is, where is it next year? And like I said, Newcastle are going to spend millions. So they're going to be closer to us. Conte, if he stays at Tottenham, Tottenham are going to be better. If Arsenal make the top four, which, like I said, if they don't, something's wrong, they're going to invest. So that already leaves us sixth, I think. West Ham are not going to go anywhere with Moyes. They're still going to be around the mark. So then let's say Newcastle get better. Wolves are already there. Villa get better. Top seven becomes a stretch for United. And that's me being honest. I think there's some tough times ahead for United. And it's sad to say, like like I said, it's my club. But you know what? Even making the Champions League could be a blessing in disguise because the owners might actually come out and spend some money. We might get a coach that actually gets to do what he wants. Might get the players playing for him, get rid of some dead wood. But we've been saying this for 5 years. Yeah, spot on. You look at Arsenal and you'd say they wouldn't make the top four, but yeah, that's right. Look, I mean, they got Tomiyasu left back, Ben White centre back with Gabriel, Ramsdale in goals. Like, I mean, the English press will probably tell you otherwise, but De Gea's a way better keeper than Ramsdale. There's one. Like, I mean, Rafael Varane is playing centre back for United. Like I said, has won 4 Champions Leagues. Got Cristiano Ronaldo won 5 Champions Leagues. You got Bruno Fernandes, Pogba. Like already, these guys should walk into the Arsenal team, but they wouldn't at the moment. The only two you'd say you'd pick is Ronaldo and De Gea, and maybe Pogba, just because he's probably better than what they got. But and we still got to go to the Emirates, and they got 3 games in hand. So I don't know where that. Yeah, we're just a shambles. United are just real shambles at the moment. It's bad, really bad, really bad. I mean, so like I said, I think we've touched on everything. I think I've touched on everything. So we don't have another game until mm, Sunday morning. So there's a 6-day break. We're playing Tottenham. Don't know. Or do we beat Tottenham? Probably not. Even at Old Trafford, we're shocking at home. So interesting point I noted. Ajax have a defensive coach, Raziger, and midfield coach sitting on the bench in Ten Hag's ear when they need to. Yeah. The problem is we've got Darren Fletcher on the bench, and the media said to Ranić, "What is Darren Fletcher's role?" And he said, "I don't know." His answer to them was, "I don't know what his role is," but he gives his input. Yeah, I saw Rob. When they showed him, the camera was on him. He was livid. He was. I feel so sorry for him. Like it's such a shame to think he retired in 2000. So won the title 2012. So almost 10 years. What's happened in that 10 years? He must be. Did you think your legacy could, you know, be undone that quickly? It's crazy. Obi-Wan Kenobi, big man. That's what he says to Anakin, mate. Never trust a politician. Look what happened. Anakin trusted that politician and the universe went, mate. Became Darth Vader. Everything went under. You're a tripper. But yeah, on that, guys, I think we've touched on everything. I'll probably leave it at that. Yeah, so we'll be back on Monday. By that time, we would have played Tottenham. We can talk United Tottenham. It's at Old Trafford. I think it's 4 in the morning, Sunday morning here. It's not the best time for us here. Excuse me. I'll check the times. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, 4 in the morning, Sunday morning. Then we got Atletico Madrid. There may be a watch along for that, which will be Wednesday the 16th. Me and John might do a watch along for that. And then Liverpool. It was meant to be Liverpool United on the 21st of March, but that's been postponed, I think, because of FA Cup. So United from the 16th of March at this stage will not play again until the 3rd of April. You even see the city assistant? Yes, 100%, Rob. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, we're trying to organise something for Wednesday night, Rob. We're a bit unsure at the moment because we've got a bit of a hectic situation happening at the studio. So, but we're trying to do it for Wednesday night. Yeah, we need to start a wrestling one for the big man, and Rob has actually had some good ideas. I think I've said it on here before. We're going to start one about do a bit of a World Cup build up. Me and Rob might do that one. I'm not. When are the last qualifiers, Rob? Lord of the Fries was good, Rob. For a vegan place, it was pretty good. I liked it. Yeah. So when are the last? Is this are the last qualifiers coming up now, Rob? Like once that's done, can we start the like the World Cup? A few World Cup podcasts, or is it a bit early? Is it a bit early? I'm not sure, but yeah, there are a lot of things in the pipeline. There are a lot of things in the pipeline. Chris is definitely set on getting a wrestling one going. He's a big wrestling fan, and a few more soccer ones will not hurt at all since we love our soccer slash football. But yeah, Rob's idea of the World Cup one. Once the World Cup's on, we'll definitely be trying to do some things in between as well, which would be really good. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Zachal. It's postponed because of the FA Cup. So Man U Liverpool is so like I said, United won't play from the 16th of March till the 3rd of April. It's half a it's ridiculous, you know? So 17th to 27th of March World Cup qualifiers plus 2 intercontinental playoffs in June. World Cup draw on the 1st of April. So do you 1st of April? So that week, should we do a World Cup podcast before or after the draw? What do you think, Rob? We can do one maybe just after and do a reaction to after, but we can talk about that a bit more. We'll talk about it a bit more and see what's the best for that. Um, I love the newsletter. So yeah, maybe we can. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we do it just after the draw. But we'll see what. I'll let you pick that, Rob. You know that you have a say on that. Yeah, AFL one too. Exactly. Podcast one before the draw. Okay, so we'll try to do one. Yeah, a couple days before, and then when the draw happens, we'll do one after that. Just following, do a follow up to the draw. Sounds good. I like it. We'll see. If John's free, I'm sure he'll like to come on that World Cup one as well. He loves the World Cups and that, and then we can. By then, we're obviously gonna know if Portugal are in it, Italy in it, who's in it, and yeah, how we're doing. But yeah, on that note, guys, obviously you can see there's a lot in the pipeline coming. A lot of new things to come this year. Like we said, our channel had a big boost the other day. We went up 130 subs or something in a couple of days, which was really good. Rob says, Chris says, fuck, so much to do. Rob says, oh, yeah, definitely. We'll talk about it, Rob. I think it's a good idea. We do one just before the draw, and then we'll do one just after. That sounds really good. We'll do it. But yeah, like I said, there's so much coming. Like I said, the channel has grown a lot in this. It's grown so much, and we just want it to keep growing. We like doing things and we love it. We love doing this and it's good. We got, friends coming up with ideas like Rob and our partners come up with ideas and, Rob coming up with ideas for shows that he wants to be involved in and we love it. So can't wait to do it all. But on that note, guys, thanks everyone for coming in and talking. Rob, Zakal, John came in. We even had Stuart at the start. Came in. Was a Sevilla fan, I think. Come in. Stu Mac, and he said hello. Yeah, but on that note, I'm sure if I don't see you Wednesday, guys, not 100% sure about Wednesday yet, what's going to happen because, like I said, the studio's, let's say, getting renovated. We not too sure, but we'll definitely be back soon. If it's not the podcast, it'll be a gaming thing. There'll be another United podcast. Everything's coming. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.